Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is an extremely uncomfortable, hot, humid, ridiculous day here in the Midwest. I hope everyone is staying cool. Nasty, nasty heat wave coming through. We've had heat indices of 115 plus kind of in this area, and pretty much all throughout the South and the Midwest, and I think even a little ways up north too. So you see there were right there, it's been bouncing between 98, 99, 100, and 101 kind of since I left work here. So disgusting, absolutely terrible, miserable weather. And stay hydrated, stay safe, do all of those things to keep yourself from becoming ill in this weather, please. Hope everybody is staying hydrated, doing all the right things. Just wanted to update everybody on some of the things that have been happening with the Mercedes world. The reason why I haven't had a whole lot to report on is because we have been sans one Mercedes for a couple of months now, a few months actually. So the w124 had a head gasket issue, and that is one of the those that the M104 kind of has a propensity to happen. The head gasket, those graphite head gaskets, and they're so long because it's an inline six. A lot of times you have issues where you might have a tear, and then you have oil leaking into your coolant or what have you. Typically with M104s, what I understand is that you don't see a lot of the combustion chamber leaks like you do with a typical head gasket. Usually when you see a head gasket go, it's between the coolant journal and the combustion chamber, and obviously you start burning coolant, then compression gets into your cooling system, obviously causes a lot of temperature issues, your car heats up, what have you. We didn't get that at all. What happened with our 124, with 85,000 miles, mind you, very well taken care of car, just goes to show that doesn't really matter when you're talking about the age of gaskets and parts that wear, parts that just get brittle and get old and wear like that. What happened was we noticed that the coolant was a little dark, and opened up the coolant reservoir, and there was oil sitting on top of it. Pulled the dipstick immediately. Dipstick was perfect. I mean, it was a little low on oil because we had been losing oil into the cooling system for, who knows, maybe a couple of weeks prior, or maybe slowly a couple of months prior. And it just slowly developed into this film of oil in the overflow. But because the oil dipstick, we do check it regularly, we never saw any milky substance in there. It was never, extraordinarily low. It was just a little bit here and there that we'd have to top off, but which was normal. It's normal for a car to use a little bit of oil here and there through evaporation and then, the crankcase ventilation and everything. So that was obviously awful. It was not something that I wanted to see. However, the fact that the car never ran hot, it never heated up. In addition, it never put coolant in the oil. The oil was not at all milky. It looked very clean, looked like very good oil. I realized that we can save this. We can save this car, and the head gasket needs to be replaced. Obviously, things that come with that, you're going to make sure that the head is planed. You're going to have it magnaflux, check for cracks, all that. So that's not something that I was going to take on, certainly. So we left that to the professionals. We had a place in South Kansas City take care of it for us, called George's Imports. Very, very good at what they do. They specialize in European cars, and they were one of the few that we found, in the Kansas City area that was willing to take the job on, and that I felt comfortable letting them try the job, because it's not a quick and easy job. This is not a head gasket on a small block Chevrolet. This is a much more complex deal with the dual overhead cams, and obviously European cars, there are some specialty tools involved and whatnot. So had it done there. They had the head, they planed the head, while they were at it, while they had the cylinder head off, they did a valve job, replaced all the valve guide seals, so the head is basically fully rebuilt, new head gasket, obviously flushed the coolant several times. It is back up and going. We literally just got that back, I think it was last week, when we finally got the car back, Tuesday, I believe it was, evening. So, and this is Monday, the following Monday. So everything seems to be fine. It seems to be running, even in this ridiculous heat, it seems to be running, as cool as it ever did, or as hot as it ever did, whichever way you want to look at that. It a lot of times in this heat, it hovers around 100 degrees Celsius, but always has. But it seems to be running fine. Runs, just like it did, maybe even a little bit better than it did before. So thought I would let you guys know that. I haven't been ignoring the channel. I haven't been staying away for any particular reason. Obviously, I got into motorcycling, and I've enjoyed that a lot, so I plan on continuing to make videos on that, and obviously I will continue to give updates. So regarding this car, the 124, I haven't been driving this car because my stepson's been driving it. So I guess one good thing to report on this CLK 430 is that it survived a couple of months of my 17-year-old stepson driving it. And he is a responsible driver. He's not a typical 17-year-old that's gonna mistreat anything. He respects automobiles, and he enjoys them, and he's as much of an enthusiast as me, so I feel comfortable having him pilot this rig while his was down. And I drove the truck for a few months, and so I now have my Mercedes back, and I will continue to drive it. We are up to 96,000 miles on it now. I think, if I recall correctly, I bought it with right around 84. So going strong. Haven't had to do anything out of the ordinary with it. We obviously did the transmission service whenever I bought it. We did the couple of oil changes now. But yeah, it's going strong. No complaints. The car's doing great. Yeah, the 124, we're hoping that continues to perform well after the pretty expensive repairs. So that is the update for now, everybody. I want you to stay cool. This weather sucks if you're in the Midwest or in the South. We'll get through this, and maybe in a week or so we'll be back into the 70s and 80s, and we'll be able to enjoy a little bit more activity outdoors. But for now, everybody stay safe, stay hydrated, and until next time, you have a great day.